Good morning everyone. Welcome to the New South Wales Mounted Police Open Day. If you saw the last drill display, it's going to be the same again. So leave now or you're stuck here. Today we've got 6 horses who are going to go through some basic drill manoeuvres. Mounted police drill is something that we as a unit do every day, and it's to train our horses and our riders. The horses today and the riders will be under the command of Sergeant Owen, who has just moved to the front of the troop, and she will get the troop to number off. The reason the troop numbers off is so that they know their role and their place in the troop, so that when Sergeant Owen calls out a command, they know exactly what they need to do and where they need to be. Our mounted police drill is taken from cavalry drill. It's not pure cavalry drill, and it has been changed to accommodate policing. So some of our commands are a bit shorter and more to the point than cavalry drills. And that's because some of the situations we find ourselves in need short, sharp commands. So Sergeant Owen's calling from the rear of the troop today, and that's just to assist the troop in hearing her commands. Normally the troop leader will ride at the front of the troop if we're riding into a public order situation, but in that case we would have earpieces on and be able to hear the commands of the troop leader through our radio earpiece. You'll notice the horses in the troop are a few different shapes and sizes, and that's because we do use different breeds of horses. A common question we get asked on a daily occurrence is, are all the horses ex-race horses? And no, they're not. Our horses are all bay, brown and black, standing 16 hands or over. And that is to provide some sort of uniformity for us, and it is also a tradition within the Mounted Police to have those colours. So we use different breeds. We have thoroughbreds, Australian stock horse, Percheron cross, Clydesdale cross, warm blood, to mention a few of the breeds.
Sections, works.
So you'll notice how easy it is for Sergeant Owen to call out a command. All of the troop members know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. This routine that they're doing here is not rehearsed, but our riders are just so used to doing drill that they know exactly what to do when Sergeant Owen calls the command. So the horses we've got here today, the first 4 of them from the front are thoroughbreds, and the last 2 are Percheron crosses. So it's easier to move a large group of horses around if you have standard commands that the riders are familiar with. And riding and performing drill manoeuvres almost becomes second nature to the riders. So that if you are in a high pressure crowd situation and the troop leader decides on a certain tactic or approach to the event, it's easy to execute that tactical manoeuvre. Our drill manoeuvres are also used in our musical ride display, which some of you may have seen at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. If you get a chance today, you can pop into the museum and see on the TV a musical ride display at the Edinburgh Military Tattoo in 2010. And in one of the stables there's another television set up, I believe, with another musical ride display on it as well. A musical ride consists of 16 horses and riders and focuses very much on the precision. Drill on horses is much harder than drill on foot, as you can imagine, because you have the 16 brains of the riders as well as the 16 brains of the horses. Everyone gets distracted at different times, and most people approach things in a different manner. So it is quite a feat to carry out a well-executed musical ride. Got Sergeant Duncan riding at the front today. He's riding Troop Horse Hollywood. Hollywood is a woodland bred thoroughbred, and his father is Octagonal, who some of you may have heard of, famous racehorse. Obviously didn't pass his genes on to this one. Not the speed anyway. So all of the horses that you see here today not only perform high visibility policing and crowd control, they're also the same horses that are used for protocol and ceremonial events. Just this week they escorted the outgoing Governor of New South Wales, Dame Murray Bashir, in one of her final appearances at the opening of State Parliament. So it is a big ask to have a horse that's so versatile. As I said, one day these horses will be riding city streets, facing the everyday challenges of moving billboards, loud music, drunken people, and the next day they might be riding through the bush on a search. Usually we perform this display with at least 8 riders, but 2 of our members were called away on Friday evening to go and assist with the search up on the mid-north coast for a missing child, and they're still up there now. So if any of you did want to see Toby and PD, who some of you might have seen on our Facebook page, they're the horses that are away on the search. So unfortunately you won't be able to meet them today. So during the drill session, the horses move around either in single file, as they just were, or half section, which is riding 2 abreast, or they can ride in sections, which is generally 4 abreast. However, this troop will be riding in sections of 3 today because there are 6 riders. You can clap. Good training, of course. So our horses are well trained to respond to the rider, and they need that when they find themselves in high pressure situations, and they need to be very manoeuvrable as they are. So we need them to walk sideways, round in circles, backwards, because if you are attempting to arrest a person of interest, then sometimes you can find it difficult to have a very manoeuvrable horse. All of our riders are very confident at riding one-handed, and that's not only in a practical operational sense, but also handy for ceremonial work when you are riding, carrying the land. So here the horses are reining back. You'll notice they're nice straight line. They're all keeping together. We call that dressing. Not only does it look good when you have nice straight lines in drill, operationally it's also very effective because you're maintaining your line and not allowing a break in the line. So it takes everyone to work together as a team to achieve those straight lines, and you're constantly adjusting the pace of your horse. To become a rider at the Mounted Police, you do need to join the New South Wales Police Force as a general duties constable and complete at least 3 years general duties policing. So if anyone needs any information on joining the New South Wales Police Force, you can go to the internet page of the New South Wales Police Force and follow the links to the recruitment page where you can get all of the information. To join the Mounted Police, you do need to pass an assessment. It comprises of a medical, a fitness and a riding assessment. Usually it's conducted over at least 3 days and takes into account all areas of flat work, riding, jumping, and doing it all again bareback. So we like to judge the skill and the application of the rider and the courage of the rider. Most of our riders do have horse riding backgrounds, but occasionally we do find people will pass the assessment just by their sheer athleticism or their aptitude to riding. Some people have a natural seat on a horse and others need to work harder at it. So once you pass the 3-day assessment and gain a spot at the Mounted Police, the training is at least 3 months before you do become a certified, qualified Mounted Police officer to go out on the street. We do use our senior staff and qualified Equestrian Australia instructors to train our new riders. But we do have to ensure the riders are very confident before they're sent out on the police on a horse. Policing on a horse is very different to general duties policing. The best thing I think about it is that people are usually happy to see you, whereas when you turn up in general duties, they're not always so happy to see you. One of the biggest advantages of using horses in crowds is your height advantage, seeing over the crowd. So you can identify risks in the crowd or troublemakers, and you can move through the crowd easily. So the horses we've got here today, from your left to right, we've got Hollywood, Warrigal, Sergeant, Super Bay, Angus and Raz. So you'll see them when you wander through the stables. I'm sure they'll appreciate a carrot more than the other ones that are still in there getting carrots. And especially Raz, who's got quite overboard on carrots. Maybe not give her, look at her tummy when she goes out. So I'll thank our riders, give them another clap, they've done well.
Oops! I did it again, baby. Yeah!
Tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Bye for now.